haven't gone live in a while, so, and Mercury retrograde means technology is, likes to play with me. So until I see that there's actually people on here, I'll just shuffle for a bit. But I did promise, I went live on Facebook earlier, and I did promise that I would come back on and talk a little bit more about the energy. That we are experiencing now. Yeah, I would say most of us are being asked to step out of our comfort zone. Maybe I will just start talking, and when people filter in, they do. So Pluto stationed retrograde today. Meditate and contemplate. Pluto's pushing us into our own power. And that really brings up a lot of fears in people, because a lot of people are starting to realize I haven't been authentic. I have been dimming myself, dimming my light for certain people or certain circumstances, or just in general forever. And now we're being really pushed into our own power, our own light, which is bringing up fears for some. And some of these are unconscious, these fears are unconsciously related to other people, other events from the past. So these are things that we have to let go of. Look at the bigger picture. These past experiences, excuse me, these past experiences and these past people, these from the past, these are like undercurrent waves of emotion that are coming up, creeping up from our subconscious. These fears, they're showing us what we really want to work through. Oh, great, we have geomagnetic storms going on right now. That explains a lot. But these things are arising in us, arising for us to face our fears, step out of our comfort zone, and work through these things and let them go. The guilt, the judgment, the blame, some of these things that we hold against ourselves. The Scorpio energy, it really, really wants us to face our fears and open up to the changes that are occurring in each and every one of our lives. And changes, realizations, big breakthroughs. And to trust. The Scorpio energy is really swishing us around in a lot of the old past karmic baggage, spinning us around in things that we've been repeating in cycles over and over and over and over again. And it's really time to jump out of the spin cycle, break down, break through, break free from a cycle, break free from a fear, break free from restriction, something that we've been stuck in for a while or for a lifetime. Break free from obsessions, from addictions, from patterns, from habits. This eclipse is also opposing the sun, which is also conjunct Uranus. And we've got Mercury retrograde in the North Node all in Taurus. So we've got this opposition in Taurus. But really, Uranus is that break free energy. Uranus is powerful when it comes to breaking free from something unexpectedly, suddenly. Suddenly, I'm like really nasally. Breaking free from something we've been stuck in. So there may be a lot of agitation and irritation going on right now with inside of you or with inside others that you know of. And that is this energy, this break free, breakthrough, breakdown energy that we're experiencing right now. But, otherwise you'd be just spinning in the same cycles, recycling and recycling and recycling. So that is the shock element to this week's energy into the eclipse. A lot of chaos, because things are coming to a completion. This is a completion cycle. Things are ending. Scorpio, death and rebirth. And then the move is going to move on into a grand water trine with Mars and Cancer and Neptune and Pisces. And that's going to bring the flow of energy into a new direction, into a future direction. It's going to give direction. And it's also helping us open up space for the new. Looking at the bigger picture, especially with Mercury in retrograde right now, meditate and contemplate in the center. That's Mars in Cancer really has us slowing down right now. We're not rushing through things as much. It's important to slow down. If you're still like robotically and habitually just moving through stuff, not paying attention, not being present, you're going to find that you're going to need to take a break because you'll get spun through that energy and spit out the other side. So there's lots of surprises with this eclipse. Lots of surprises, big announcements, big revelations, shocking developments, jolts, Uranus, a lot of jolts of energy, jolts of like shocks. It's hard on the nervous system. So anything we can do to calm the nervous system is going to be helpful. There's a lot of discomfort. There's a lot of messiness. There's a lot of chaos with this breakdown, breakthrough energy. Through the intensity, through the messiness, through the discomfort of it all. It's really, this is where we're being liberated. So we really have to go through the discomfort of breaking free from garbage, basically. I think I read somewhere, somebody put it as this energy as the toilet bowl cleaner. I mean, good analogy, really. I agree. It's messy. It's uncomfortable, but it's where we're liberated. And it's also where we're all being directed to work through, some more than others, depending on where you're at in the journey. It may take some time for some people to really work through all of this, because there's some really big things from the past that are being closed out. This is the karmic endings. And Scorpio, that's secrets are being revealed. Yeah, the truth is coming out. Secrets are being revealed with Scorpio. Scorpio full moon eclipse. Pluto in the mix. Pluto being the ruler of Scorpio. And then we also have Mars the co-ruler. So let's see what's on the bottom here. Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. So Pluto is also squaring the north and the south node. And that is where the tension lies. This is where we feel the tension, the pull, the push-pull. We're being pushed into oh, that's okay. We're being pushed into the north node, the future direction, while we're also being pulled back into the past to let go of things, close things out, say goodbye. It's not easy. And some of the things that we want to pay attention to, aside from understanding that there is a lot of intensity to this energy, is self-care. Self-care. And to you may have missed the beginning aspect. Now we have people on after I finished all of that, so you'll have to go back and watch the beginning. But I was talking all about Pluto and the Scorpio moon, and you know, it's we're realizing where we have, you know, dimmed our light. So let's keep going. Let's get into a reading. The secrets are coming out. Secrets are coming out. You cannot keep a secret with Pluto, with Scorpio energy. Don't let the past hold you back. Look at the bigger picture. Meditate and contemplate. It is important to slow down, to really slow down. We're being called to slow down, because right now the energy that we're in, it is chaotic, it is messy, it's uncomfortable, and there are shocks, there are jolts, there are people are getting rattled to break free. This is the breakthrough free energy. Oh, I can't speak. And then just after the eclipse, the moon then moves on to trine with a grand water trine. Then there will be a nice flow of watery energy that's going to like really direct us in. If you're not already sure of the direction that you're going, there will be direction. Try not to take things as personally as you will, because the intensity will be there. There's a lot of lessons. There's a lot of really great information that's coming up. Really, nothing can be hidden very easily in this energy. You really have to have your head up your ass to not pick up on the truth that's being revealed. Sorry to be so blunt. I know I say shocking because that is the energy, and it is shocking. On top of that, we have all these solar flares that are going on right now. Fire. Okay, so we're being called to be brave, to tap into our passion, our confidence, our optimism. At this time, and that is exactly it. This is where we start to realize that we've been dimming our light for decades, and we're being called into our own power. And that's where the fear lies. That's where all the old fears creep up. And the old fears are linked to the past. They're linked to people from the past. They're linked to events from the past. And that's what's been keeping many people stuck. And a lot of it's subconscious. But it's coming up. It's being revealed. No longer subconscious. It's coming to be made conscious. To the light of consciousness. Adversity. And this is what's going to come up to start shaking rattling the cage, so to speak, because we don't belong in a cage. Another analogy I heard that was great for this energy, especially with Scorpio, is the spinning, like the spinning cycle. And it gets chaotic and it gets dizzying and uncomfortable and messy. And that's Scorpio. It was like until you decide, I don't want to spin in this anymore, Scorpio will keep spinning until it meets with or opposes Uranus, and that's where it's like, no more, no more jumping off that wheel. Can't handle it. We can't energetically handle what's not in alignment any longer. Just the physical body won't handle it. Can't handle it. And that's a good thing. Thank your body for communicating to you. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. It does take discipline. It takes discipline of the mind, discipline to when you catch yourself. We all catch ourselves being pulled back into the South Node, being pulled back into old patterns of thought. And if they think of the analogy of Caroline Moss, MYSS, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, has many good teachings, and one of the main structures that she uses in her teachings is regarding consciousness is the apartment building in Manhattan. All the same address, right? All the same structure, but on the ground level, you're only seeing the street and the trash, and you can't really see much more. It is what it is, and you're involved in everything that's right in front of your face, and that's it. When you get up to the penthouse, consciously speaking, when you get up to the penthouse, you can you see there's the Hudson River behind you. You can watch the sunrise and the sunset, and there's all these beautiful, magical things. Same address. So we rise and fall in consciousness all the time. We can even go to the basement. A lot of us have, where everything's dark, where we can't see much of anything at all. And we are left to our survival instincts. Same on the ground level. We're basically surviving. We are only reading what is right in front of us, and that's it. But I love the analogy of that because it really helps the mind get an idea. It's not that one person's more special than the other because somebody's consciousness level is where they can see the bigger picture. So that's another thing, because what was the saying? The higher you rise, the harder you fall. We're all on our own journey, but we're all on the same journey together. We're on this planet together now. And we are trying to get to a better place consciously, because we have been so manipulated and so conditioned and programmed almost to the point of being robots ourselves as human beings. It is time to really wake up and see the truth and make better choices, make wise choices, not only for ourselves, selfish, but for the whole. Because if we don't start doing this, we're not going to have a home to call home, planet Earth. It is very important that we do discipline ourselves. This is no joke. It is important to accept the challenges, the adversity that comes towards us as a learning tool, as a way to understand where we have been giving our power away, where we have been disempowered because we believed certain things to be true. I'll tell you, this energy is really going to show many people that things are not at all what they seemed to be. Not at all. Health and success and change at the bottom. There you go. Scorpio, Pluto, change, rapid change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, right? And what's the word medically or scientifically when something atrophy? When you're no longer moving or using, it begins to atrophy and decay and die off. We have to keep moving. We have to change. We have to accept change and grow and evolve. Health. The health of our planet, the health of our physical bodies depends on it. It is so important that we take this seriously and get off of mainstream news. Yeah, atrophy. Yeah, I can't believe it came to me. Get off of mainstream news. Get off of, there's so much, and it's even bled, it's bled into the spiritual community too, and I'm not knocking anybody's belief systems, but you will see eventually there are some things that crept into the spiritual communities as well to throw people off. That's just, yeah, Mercury in retrograde, the trickster energy in general. We're always constantly being challenged and tested on our discernment, because honestly, the one only thing that you should really truly trust aside from the universe, God, source, is yourself and your intuition, not anybody else or anything else outside of yourself. That is really one of the number one rules of but I won't say rules, laws, rules of the game, I suppose. Success. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. That's where true success is. If you don't have love in your heart for yourself, for others, for this planet, for life in general, you've got no success. To actually keep manufacturing and producing things and the accolades and the trophies and the bullshit. Here I'm going to get on a soapbox now. All these award shows, and nobody is special here. We are all on this planet together. Equally unique, equally different, but nobody is special. Nobody has the right to say that they deserve anything or that somebody doesn't deserve something. Who are we to actually make those judgments to begin with? Success. There is no greater goal than to love. Well, dare I say, all right, 23 minutes. I was going to call this a chit chat. It turned into a reading somehow. But if anybody wants to talk about their experiences, bust on in. I did do a live on Facebook earlier today, and I just said that I was going to come back on live and keep talking because, yeah, a lot of us are experiencing like weird physical things going on. I've had some metaphysical and paranormal activity going on, which is not unusual for me. It amuses me. I'm being ushered into some other realms of showing some other, I guess you say, gifts, if you will, of mine. Communicating with others on the other side. It's, I feel like I'm being initiated into something shamanic for sure. Just feel real uneasy and, oops. Hand joints hurt, disconnected. Yeah. Disconnection. What was that notification? Oh, okay. Let me feel for that one, Paula. Disconnection. You mean disconnected from yourself? Disconnected from the planet? Are you feeling foggy brained? numb, all that. Yeah, I was getting doses of that off and on. So you're not in your body. I'm going to tell you that right now. The people, places, things. Yeah. So again, as we keep, and we've had a whole nother blast from the sun. My lips tell me they start getting inflamed. We had another blast from the sun today. We got a lot of incoming stuff going on, but what I was going to say is the energy, the Schumann spiked multiple times as well. So the energy, the frequency on the planet now is higher again. And I know that you sometimes tend to leave your body when that happens. I mean, not consciously, but you leave your body. And that's when you can really feel foggy and, yeah, even getting those zaps and stuff. I've been in a rut, usually an Energizer bunny, but the last few days just not feeling it. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Everybody gets affected a little bit differently from these big jolts of energy. And sometimes I have those effects too. This time I get the Energizer bunny, so I mean we're all just on different sides of the clock, I think. But don't let that throw you off too much. What I was going to say about getting back into the body, be aware when you're leaving the body, you start to feel that foggy, disconnected, maybe blurry eyes, and even just like a little bit of restlessness inside, all of that. If you can stop what you're doing, try some breath work, anything that just, or even just clap. That's something some friends of mine do also, especially when the tones, the ringing start clapping. Like, I'm not going to do it right here, but really loud. Tapping, brushing, skin brushing. Get yourself back into the body and you'll start to feel like grounded, better. Page of Emotions. Also, you might be holding stuff in, or maybe you haven't been around others where you can, release some emotions or have some emotional support and things that are, going through you, working through you. Maybe you've been holding some stuff in, even if it's for with this energy, if you hold anything in, it's almost like you're about to blow. The body, the nervous system's like, no, get it out, get it out, get it out, like purge, basically. Yeah. I'd be interested in, let's see here. When we get to the health card. Okay, there we are. Some of you are too focused on others, loved ones, and not enough self and with self analysis, that can just be meaning being present, being aware you're not in your body. When you start getting those weird sensations when you're not connected, that means that something is disconnected from yourself, meaning yourself. So it doesn't mean that you have to sit here and analyze yourself all the time, but just be aware, being aware of what's going on within you and around you. Be present. And the mind will wander. We've got a lot of wandering minds going on right now. I had some energy hit me last night. It started off with the wandering mind, actually, if I think about it. It was really weird. It just hit me out of the blue. I was kind of just relaxing after I had a really long, busy weekend, and I was just decompressing myself. And I don't even know what I was doing. I wasn't really doing anything. I had my TV on. And I think I was listening to a podcast or something. And all of a sudden, I started to feel that weird feeling, like I was being drained of something. And then my stomach, it felt like, it didn't feel nauseous, but it felt like a knot, like something just came and just wrenched into my solar plexus. And then this rush came up through my body, and I'm just like, whoa. I almost felt like heartburn that came from all the way down here and like came up. And just as it was doing that, my lights flashed off and on and off and on 3 times. The TV stayed on. And nothing else in the house, like no clocks were blinking or anything. And I'm like, what the? My cat was like laying on me or sitting on me, sleeping and purring. Well, when that happened, she perked up, turned, looked at me, bit me, gave me a crazy look. Like, she didn't even bite me right away. She gave me this crazy look, like, I'm going to kill you. And I'm just looking at her like, it's not me, it's not me. And then she like ran off. But what I was getting at was, then my vision went. It got really, really, really blurry. And I thought, oh no, I'm gonna pass out. Like, what is going on with me? I'm gonna pass out. And I, in the corner of my eye, I start seeing these things like flying by, but then they disappear, fly by and disappear. And that's not abnormal for me, by the way. But what was unusual, then it started to seem like I was on some kind of psychedelic trip. I have pictures on my walls that started to come off my walls, like at me for a split, like 10, 30 seconds max. And then it all went away, and then I was fine. So with that, I'm going to say that we have a lot of visitors coming lately from other dimensions and realms. And a lot of them are linked to our ancestry, our ancestors. Some of them are probably even farther. But if you start getting, like, a lot of the things, I know the sensations. I live in an old stone house from the 1840s, so I know ghosts. But if you start to, like, if you're going about your day and all of a sudden everything, your whole body gets cold, there's a spirit walking through you. There's a spirit hovering over you or around you. Same thing with a hot flash. When the heat comes on, there's energies around you. So be aware of your surrounding, what's surrounding your energy field. Because right now we are not only being attacked, I don't want to call it attacks, but there are psychic, biological things. Attacks is not the right word. I mean, you could have called that attack. Yeah, something took over for a moment. But it seemed to like snap my focus in. I turned off my TV. Let's just say that. It made me turn off my TV and really sit and talk to my guides. And I'm like, whoa. What was that? And basically that was the answer I got. Was it was a visitation. It was like a tunnel of energy. There were a lot of energies that came through, and they had to use me. I don't know. They had to come through my energy field. I mean, they didn't come through my body, but I felt it in my body. I can feel when things are going around my energy field, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm putting words to it. A lot of these things is really hard to put words to the experience, but pay attention to things like that too, especially if you're already known to be an empath, energetically sensitive. We are an extra, 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 super duper sensitive, not only to off-planet energies, which really they're not off-planet, but we think they are. Artificial energies are really what we're sensitive to, because they're trying to dull our senses down. This is why we're so confused. If we could actually be in touch and tap into our real psychic senses fully, none of this stuff would even be bothersome to any of us. We would be so empowered and free and liberated. It would be the game over, right? Basically. So tap into your power, get into your body, get into the body for sure. Health. Okay, strong message on the floor. Page of Inspiration in reverse. Lovers in reverse. Wheel in reverse. So yeah, we've got some energy vampires floating around as well. You know, we're all connected more than we know. When our thoughts go, especially obsessively, towards another or towards, yeah, we'll just use a person for that, or even a group. Usually a specific person. Okay, thank you. We're going to use a specific person. They're most likely they're also thinking of you, but more so, your energy is being used. It's being siphoned behind your back. Basically, it's keeping you stuck in a karmic loop, in a karmic trap. For some of you. Page of Inspiration in reverse, and that's what's really keeping you from feeling your fresh and fruity self and your mystical, magical self. There's the exhaustion, that not feeling motivated, not feeling inspired, because somebody else has your energy. If you're leaking your energy out to other people, you wanna pay attention to that. Take it back, knock it off. It does take discipline. It takes you know, you gotta meditate. Thank you. I'm getting tired, but the cards are right here. You gotta meditate and connect. We all are given the tools. At this point in the journey, we have some kind of tool. I don't care what it is. If it's a crystal, if it's tuning forks, if it's music, if it's nature, use your tools. This is when we arsenal up with our tools. Yeah, stop doing that. Knock it off. Oh, let's get one more round of messages. My lips are like burning. Hold on one second. I can't take it anymore. Okay, I just can't tolerate dry lips. This is what the solar flares do to me. I hope I don't wake up. Sometimes I wake up, my lips are so they're so big. It looks like I got punched in the face or something. But there's a lot of like skin flare-ups. Yeah, you had that last night too. I can't stand it. Joint pain, skin flare-ups, eczema flare-ups, definitely the sleep disturbances. What other symptoms that are, because the energy spikes, these symptoms start to spike. The digestive issues, blurred vision, ringing in the ears, excessively ringing in the ears. New, let's think, let's see, what are the new symptoms? Now, some of you may have your clairs, your psychic senses are really starting to come online. So some of you may start smelling, your sense of smell, suddenly you're smelling things that aren't there. That sometimes maybe you're smelling something that reminds you of a loved one that has passed on, maybe a grandfather who smoked, or like odd scents like that. Those are picking up for people. Psychic seeing, clear hearing. The ringing in the ears, not necessarily meaning that the clairaudient, the clear hearing is picking up, but sometimes it can. That's the tricky thing, because we have a lot of, again, artificial frequencies that are interfering with the natural frequencies that are trying to help wake us up. So you see, we have the cosmos, we have nature helping us elevate and evolve. Then there's artificial frequencies coming in to try to bypass and put a stop to that. That's the spiritual warfare that we're actually living through. Truth. And the more we can like keep ourselves shielded from these artificial frequencies, not just frequencies, but it's in our food, it's in night sweats. That the night sweats are actually our bodies detoxifying a lot of the toxics in our environment, in our air, in our water, in our food. And then of course, if we're ingesting things that are toxic, that we know are toxic, which most of us still do from time to time, but some don't, you know, drink lots of water. Lots of water. And if you can get access to alkaline water, even better. Salt baths are extremely helpful in cleansing the energy body, the energy system. What else? I was saying that I've been experiencing, and I know when frequencies are elevating, because I also heart chakra Reiki practitioner, the palms of my hands get super hot, and the bottoms of my feet, those are energy channels where the energy like comes through. I mean, they heat up like really a lot. Last couple days, and my son actually said he was having the same symptoms. The bottoms of my feet, all the nerves, I could feel all the nerves and all the bones, and it was really, really sore. At the end of the day, like hurt to walk. That's the earth star chakra. So understanding the chakra system in the body too, because the chakras are being, you know, they're working overtime right now. We're trying to balance and come into alignment with the new energy. But the more that you know that you can do to help your body and help yourself get into alignment, the easier it's going to be, the better it's going to be for you. It really will. It's like night and day. So that's why these practices come into place, and it's good to have them in your toolbox, in your tool belt for when we get the energy cranks up like this. Heart chakra. Oh, okay. Yeah. Also with the solar flares, it affects the central nervous system as well as the cardiovascular system. So anybody that has a weaker heart or is prone to like heart disease or heart palpitations, really important to be aware and maybe even install the app, either to check the Schumann resonance, or I say both. And Space Weather Live app is when you can get notifications on the solar flares and the CMEs that are coming to Earth. It's good to know because it affects the heart and the heart chakra. It's waking up. It's reactivating for a lot of people. And I have noticed this myself, and I've done quite a lot of readings on people in the last week or so. A lot of heart activations, heart chakra activations going on right now, which is a beautiful thing. So a lot of people are feeling that too, and maybe even a little higher than the heart, which some people call the high heart, maybe feeling it up here a little bit more than down where the heart is. But heart palpitations and flutters are pretty frequent, or pretty what do you say? Pretty common in frequency elevations like this. So not only are we getting the frequencies elevated, but we have the eclipse squeeze in the intensity of Scorpio. Good thing we have each other. Because honestly, if you understand that metaphor of the building and you're still on the ground floor or even in the basement, this Scorpio energy is going to be tough. So work on elevating yourself as much as possible. Slow down. Totally slow yourself down. And a huge like pounding beat just one time. Yeah, and you'll feel that. It's almost like it's leaping out of your chest. Some of it is the collective's response to adversity. As you understand, we are all connected, and we're starting to really feel that more and more. So if you think of like waves, energy streams of waves, and we're all tapped into the giant cosmic wave of consciousness, and something happens on one side of the world, there's war. I mean, we're feeling these things whether you're conscious to it or not. We are feeling the adversity of the world, and that can be a challenge for a lot of people who are really super sensitive. It depends on, you know, how sensitive you are to energy, and everybody's lighting up more and more and more. The sensitivity is becoming more and more and more intense for a lot of people. So if you find yourself one of them, I do have a lot of great blogs on my website about ascension, which I would like to even change that because there's been so much mockery and stuff. But ascension is just raising frequency and consciousness. But symptoms, there's a lot of good information on there, and it's free for you to read. And some of it isn't even mine. Some of it is ancient wisdom that's just been copied onto there, and a lot of good things to reference. So you're not going crazy. We're not going crazy. We're just going through a psychic squeeze. Well, this is beautiful. Okay. Huh. Now, on the flip side of the messiness, of the uncomfortable, chaotic energy, there are others, and I can actually test that. I am one, who are really going through a massive elevation, upliftment through the heart chakra. Love, you know, our love bubble is expanding and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because we really completed our cycle. A lot of people are, I don't want to say a lot, but a lot of people on this journey that are listening have completed some cycles, and yeah, we're headed into our destiny. I cannot even begin to tell you how many of the things that I've put out into the universe, like for a long time, are my manifestations are actually coming true, and they're all starting to come true, like one by one by one. Like, it's surprising. So the shocks are not all bad. Let's just say that the shocks are not all bad at all. And just as I said that, I just had another heart flutter. So know that it's not like we're just down here like getting pummeled all the time. There's some really beautiful things, but we do have to go through the messiness, the discomfort, the past. So we've got to let some stuff go. A lot of garbage, a lot of crap. And I cannot stress that analogy of the toilet bowl. I wish I could remember who said that. I would credit them for saying that this energy is like the toilet bowl cleaner. It truly, truly is. So let's pull a starseed oracle to finish this up. I feel like there's going to be a good message in here. And I feel a lot of love in my heart, just for all of humanity, like every living creature, being, the earth itself. The earth is ascending. The earth's frequencies are rising, just as ours are. We are one with it. Well, no matter how much we try to divide and separate ourselves with concrete and whatever else, we're definitely, yeah, learning about the chakras, that's so important. I feel like that should be taught in school, elementary school. We should all know about this stuff. It's very important. Because it affects everything. It's mental, physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual. It's everything. The seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. I saw that emotional toilet bowl cleaner type. Yeah, I saw. I don't remember who said that. Was it the Leo King, maybe? I don't know. I'm sure it'll come. The Seas of Mintanka. Okay. So this is about bringing the unconscious to light. Oh, some guy I never heard of. Was definitely somebody I knew. I just can't remember who it was. All right. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Mintanka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. So clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Mintanka card represents the crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. Mintankans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears in a spread, it is a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious minds. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day? And that's basically it. That's the matter. That's where we're at. That's the choice point. So we get to a crossroads, we get to a tipping point, and there's a choice that's to be made. You fall back to the South Node, or you fall back to the old, the familiar, what's known, or the past. That's fate. Your outcome, cause and effect. You make a choice, there's consequences. The consequences is fate. When your choice is towards the North Node, towards the unknown, towards the future, something different, that's destiny. So that's the difference between destiny and fate, North Node and South Node. And I think that is all for tonight. Does anybody have any other questions or comments? Quite quiet out there tonight. I feel like everybody's in deep contemplation tonight, which is good. Get into meditation. Try not to let this energy cause a panic within you. It is intense. It truly is. It's hard to navigate, but then when you get into a panicky state, then you're just perpetuating. So that's the other thing about this energy is it's going to intensify whatever you're feeling. So if you're feeling stressed, it's going to feel even more intense. But if you're feeling happy and good, it's going to be more, it's just amplifying whatever it is that we're focusing on. So yeah, take good care of the body too. Drink lots of water. I know I said that. Take a salt bath. use frequencies, crystal, like whatever you can do to soothe your nervous system, calm the energy body, the energy system, because that is definitely, we're getting, yeah, we're getting zapped for sure. Yeah, more water. Yeah. Oh, thank you for joining me, everybody. I really appreciate all the comments and participation. And I hope that you're all doing well. We'll get through this. It's going to be an intense week, but like I said, after this eclipse, the moon then moves into a grand water trine, and there's a nice flow that really ushers us into a new direction. And there's a lot of guidance with that. There's a lot of support. This actually is a beautiful energy. It just is a bit intense, especially for those who are not ready to make that choice yet, not ready to make that change. You're like, wait, I thought I had a little bit more time. Well, not much more time before you make your choice, but no pressure, because you want to use discernment. You want to make wise choices for yourself from from your intuition, and not based out of fear, or being pushed into it. But again, we're dealing with Pluto and Scorpio energy, so that might push you. But that's okay, because we all need a little cosmic nudge every now and then. It's all good. So much love to you guys. Take good care of yourself. All right, have a good night. Try to get some rest. Chamomile tea, herbal tea, melatonin, doesn't, anything you can get to help you get a little bit more of a good night's rest is, helpful too. So take good care. Love you. Bye. How do I turn this off? Oh.